We live.
We are live now.
Okay,
Hey,
awesome.
everybody.
Hello, welcome to our open office hours today. We're talking about designing your membership account page, your member dashboard, creating a real hub for that in your membership site. If you're here and you submitted a question in advance, Sam has those. We're going to do a demo first. If you are here and you didn't submit a question, but you have one, feel free to use the chat and post your comments there. If anyone's watching and they have a specific type of site, are you an association? Are you running a course website? Do you have premium blog content? Post that there and I can try to talk about that when I'm talking about designing that account page and adding those features for those different niches of websites. So yeah. We have one advanced question.
Awesome. Yes.
Cool. Should I dive into this
That's on
tutorial?
Yeah, absolutely. The one advanced question we have in the chat is on the login and checkout. So
okay.
If we get there, we get
How
there.
to edit elements inside. Okay. Kind of outside the realm of this, but I can struggle through it and I can share what I know about customizing those areas of the plugin. So cool.
Awesome.
Okay. All right.
Take it away.
All right. Let me bring up my proper screen here, make it a little bigger. All right. So this is our Must Love Dogs demo site. We use it for all of our demos. And today we're talking about the membership account page. It's a page that gets generated in Paid Memberships Pro as part of your initial setup steps. And by default, this page, depending on if you're using the WordPress block editor or not, is just going to have either this short code or this block or the short code equivalent built into the page. So we see this as a page you can do a lot more with, and it really you need to get thinking about it, thinking about your niche, thinking about your users, thinking about the valuable content you're delivering and what would be good stuff to put here, because this is the primary page members are redirected to when they complete login. So a member logs into your website, they're taken to this membership account page. So it can be more than just, this kind of simple information about your account. By default, we kind of show what membership levels they have. If you're using multiple memberships per user, there might be more than one listed here for your member. This is kind of my account, which is just kind of maintenance and account related things, a history of their payments to you. And then there's a section called member links. Some of our add-ons hook into that, and I'm going to use it in my demo today too. So I'm going to start by just showing you a few ways that you can customize this page for any membership site type. So this is the MemberLite theme. We're using the block editor. So the first thing I'm going to do is kind of modify this to have a sidebar. And these same customizations you can put into your invoices page, your billing page, other areas that people manage their memberships through. So the first thing I did, I just put like 2 columns here. And in this column, I'm going to add our login widget or login form, which also works when they already are logged in and can show some welcome message information. It'll show them a logout link, and then it can show a menu in the sidebar there. So the most basic starting thing, I'm going to add a background color here. And we'll update them. We're going to be a lot of back and forth because this is kind of a live demo to show you what we're doing. So that was the first change I made. It's still the membership account page. We haven't added too much detail here, but now we kind of have this menu area that we can add some things to. So what kinds of things would we want to add here? Truly depending on your membership site type. Let's say you have a special category of blog post, or let's say you have a forum, or let's say you have a member directory. You can add some jumping off points to this sidebar. So for me, for this site, the menu that Paid Memberships Pro adds here, you can navigate to appearance menus. And then for this one, I'm using this member info. Yep. I think that's, no, login form. That's a different one. Widgets and menus get confusing. So this is the menu that's assigned to that location. You can see here, login widget PM Pro is that location we just added to the membership account page. So let's add some more things here. For example, this was set up before. I don't know if it's still active, but we had like an affiliate setup. So if you had affiliates in your membership site and you wanted that membership account page to have a quick link to access their affiliate details, you could add that here. Let's see what else is interesting. You could add the membership billing page, which is the page where members update their billing information for their payment. So it just make that quickly accessible to your users. I don't think we want to add the cancel page. We don't really want that. We can add our contact us page. So an easy, quick place so members always know how to contact you when they're in this area. And then let's add a few categories. So this site has a few premium levels. So it has this enhanced, beginner, professional, all this content. So we can add that here as well. We could even do it under, let's see, blog. Do we have a blog? All right. We could even add it like as that and then nest those categories within like this. So when we save this menu in this location, when we go back to our membership account page, it kind of continues to add menu items here. It's not the cutest looking page itself, but you get the idea of how you could add better navigation and jumping off places for this page. Another thing that we can do for this page, so that's kind of like setting up navigation. You could replicate this, like I said, edit your membership billing page, add the same dual column layout, add the same sidebar, and then you'd really create what would feel like a SaaS-like experience. So if you're ever logged into like a tool, like a portal, depending on your theme, you can really recreate that in WordPress, especially with the block editor, pretty easily. So I'm back in my membership account page. What else can we do here? So this is the default membership account shortcode. I could toggle off specific sections. So let's say we didn't want the profile or the invoices section. We just want that memberships section at this part. And then within that, let's add another column. We'll do like a 50-50. And then here we'll add the let's do the profile section here, right? We'll link people to edit their profile. Oh, I don't want that one. I want the membership account page. Okay, PM Pro account profile edit. Okay, that's might be the one I want. Let me check. No, that's the actual form. We want the section of the account page there. Why am I not seeing it? All right, let's add the full one and we'll just toggle it on. So we'll add the profile section. So that gives people just a little bit better layout. Originally, we have just stacked it the whole way. Now we're starting to craft this a little bit. We're going to add this in one column, and let's in the other column for this site, what do we want to add here? Let's add the member links, and we'll show you how that one works. My account page full, and we'll just show that member links section. Okay. And then within the last section, we'll add at the bottom is their invoices. So now we kind of have two columns going. Their invoices are below. We kind of have these two columns that show other data. So they can link over to edit their profile, change their password, log out, or they could do these member link locations like that. So the account sections that we're showing here, they don't have block settings, but the blocks themselves do. So at the column level, we could add some background colors to things just to give it some definition if you wanted to. I don't know what this is going to look like. You'll have to play with your theme to see what it looks like, but you can highlight different areas and, showcase and highlight things that are more important or less important in this section. I'll talk about the member links for briefly. I'm trying to stay general into any use case, and then we're going to dig into a few specific ones. So this member links section is built into Paid Memberships Pro. Specific add-ons add things to it. And then for this site specifically, I set up a little bit of a code snippet, which we can share in after the event to register a nav menu location and put it in there. So just makes it a little bit easier. Once you have a nav menu location registered, you can customize the links in a better way with WordPress. So we'll get this code shared to you, and I'll show you where this menu is now. So this is my member links menu location. So I also added a few different jumping off points here. So it's showing up within the membership account page. I put this affiliate report here. Membership card is another feature. Some membership sites want quick access to that from the account page. People log in and they need to quickly access maybe a membership card that has a QR code they scan like at a gym, or just some other reason they need to quickly validate their proof of membership. So that's kind of the general overview of adding navigation, I guess, to the membership account page. Now we're going to dig into adding sections depending on your use case. So one of the most popular use cases for membership sites is courses. So let's get back to editing this page. I'm going to remove all the stuff I did here. What's the easiest way to do that? Let's get rid of that column. I like to go this way. All right, we'll put this one at the back at the top and get rid of that. Okay. Get rid of these columns. Okay, so we're kind of back to what we started with here. So let's say your membership site is course driven and you want people from their membership account page to have a quick way to access the courses that are part of their membership site. So again, depending on what course platform you're using, this will vary. I'm going to just use the really simple default module of our courses for membership add-on. If you're using this courses for membership add-on with another LMS like Lifter LMS or Sensei or Tutor LMS, you can do the same thing. You'll just need to find their shortcodes for the equivalent thing. So I set up some courses earlier so that we could showcase this. I want to insert after. So the default module of the courses comes with a few built-in blocks, and one is called My Courses. So if we insert that on the membership account page, and then we view it, it's going to pull in all the courses that this member has access to right at the bottom there. So really creating easy navigation, get people to get to the thing they need, your course section of your website, right from that page. I highly recommend thinking that way. If you're doing anything like a protected content, don't make it hard for people to find it. Make it very easy, because the more they get ingrained in that valuable content you're delivering, the more likely they'll be like, oh yeah, next time that monthly payment rolls around, they won't be doubting the value of your stuff. So for a course type site, you could do that. It doesn't look so cute, so let's try to make it a little cuter. Again, I like to kind of make things columns if we can, especially for larger screens. These columns by the core WordPress block editor will collapse automatically for responsive screens. So you don't have to think too much about that when you're building with these default columns. So what did I do? I'm going to put a little background on this, just like before. Let's make it a color. Okay. Now we kind of, rather than having that kind of buried at the bottom, now we have those courses like front and center, quick access for people. They log in, they go to their membership account page, and they can jump right into the course and start taking your course. So that's pretty popular for the course use case. Another use case we support a lot is like a community type features. So I set up bbPress in this demo site, and bbPress has its own shortcodes built in, so we can talk about a few of those. This is like bbPress's forums and topics and interaction through threaded things. With membership sites, you can protect access to those forums so only members can comment and participate in forum things. So bbPress comes with loads of shortcodes by default. I think what I'll pull in is like, there was like a recent, I think. Displays the 15 most recent topics. Okay, so let's pull that one in. This might look a little strange, but we'll see what it is. I don't really want to put it in the sidebar there. I'm going to insert it after this one. Yeah, okay. So that's the shortcode block. I'll just paste that one in as is. We probably want to put a heading here and say like recent topics from the forum, just so people know what the heck we're talking about here. And then I'm going to turn off some of these sections. So we'll just have a page that at the very top of it shows that my memberships recap, and then it jumps people to recent topics from the forums. They can quickly see, yeah, my membership's active. I'm good. It's not expiring. I don't have a billing payment amount due, which would show up here. And then I can see, oh yeah, I want to dive back into that conversation and click right through to it from their membership account page. Super popular. What other shortcodes are interesting here? I guess you can have like my replies, so it could help somebody see their specific participation in your forum if you wanted to do that. You could show like a single forum or a single topic. So if you have forums, lots of different forums, but only specific ones apply to this user and this membership level, you could drill into that specific forum here and not show like kind of everything across the whole forum, just show that focused members only aspect of the site. So lots of different shortcodes with bbPress that you can leverage for that piece of things, which probably leads into a good time to talk about that this page, you can also use the membership required shortcode. So just like protecting content in a poster page that you can do at the page level, you can also insert this short code or this block that wraps content for certain members only. So the membership account page is seen by all users of all membership levels. But if you want to show specific content just for one level of people, this is a great way to do it using the membership required. So let's say this forum piece we just had here, it's not something that all users of our site can access. It's only something for our most premium level of members. So you could, on the account page, insert that membership required block, set a requirement for it, and then put specific content that only those people can see. So I don't know what membership level I have, but I'm going to refresh. So I can't see it. I'm not the right membership level. Let me change my account quick, and then we'll show how that shows up for me. What was it? Professional? Let's see. All right. So I'm the admin. Let's view this page. So now I do see it now because I have the right membership access. So that's kind of a pro move to think that deeply about the membership account page and showing specific things to different people. But it really will give you the right experience for your members. You could, if you had free members on your site, you could put an upsell that only the free members would see on the account page. So you can make it kind of work as part of your sales funnel for you. And then not showing things to people that you really don't want them to see, or that would just return like a no access kind of thing. All right, what's another cool? I have a few pulled up here. Another cool one and a use case we support is just like a general premium content site. So it might not be specifically a course, but let's say you're blogging premium things. People pay a monthly subscription, an annual subscription to access that premium content you're publishing. So you might have tons of content, right? A cool feature to put on the membership account page is a list of like bookmarked pages or posts on your site that your users found. So a plugin I like for this, oh, let me update that. All right. A plugin I like for this is called Favorites. I have to add it to this site. So let's see. We have a tutorial on our site for conditionally adding the ability to favorite things to members only. But for this case, I'm just going to activate it for everyone. And then we're going to go favorite a few things so that the feature, oh, that's a members only post. I need a public post. Okay, so here's a blog post. I can favorite this. I'm logged in. I love that article you have about dogs. Let's see if this one too. I'll favorite this also. So I'm a user, I'm a member. I favorited a couple things. Let's show people what they favorited so they can jump back into it. You know, you're publishing tons of premium content. People, you know, find certain things that resonate more with them or things they want to come back to. So I'll just double check. I think it's called user favorites. Yeah. So let's see. I'll call it like my bookmarks or something like that. Let's see if this works. Great. Cool. So those are those two posts that I favorited for my user account. That'll be dynamically created for any member of your site. So if they have their own unique section of posts they favorited, if nothing shows up there, you could also put a link back to like access the premium content right below it. So you're giving people kind of a library of their favorite things and making that like an easy jumping off point to save their favorite stuff. So I like that use case for like a premium blog, premium content site. Talked about courses. Another popular one, let's go here. We support a lot of sites that are like a directory, or why can't I move you out of here? I just want you not in a column. Here, let's try this. Insert before. Okay, now can I try? I want you up here. Okay, cool. There. Okay, so another site is like a directory, and this is also a common feature for like an association website. This is an example of our member directory add-on. So what would we want on the membership account page here? I think you'd want people to have a way to go edit their profile from their page. So the link to the page, I think if you just don't put somebody there, it'll take me to the account page. I thought we could link directly to their profile. Let's see. Oh, you know, we would want a link to editing their profile fields. So let's edit our membership account page. So we're a directory site. We want people to edit their profile to manage their directory listing. Let's insert after. So let's say I'll add another couple columns, and we'll call this one my profile listing. And I'm going to add, I'll just make it a link right now. Okay, edit my profile, view all profiles. I wanted to make it a list there. That's better. Okay, so the view all profiles is going to go to our directory, and the edit my profile, hold on, is going to go to, let's find the page. And that one. Okay, that's going to go to that link. So edit my profile, view all profiles. So that's showing them, you're part of a directory. I'll make the column have a background color. I should have had like a paler gray pre-saved so I didn't have to keep doing that. But anyway, okay. And then let's see, update it. So people can quickly go edit their profile fields, what's publicly shown about them on the site, or they could go view the directory and interact with other members on the site, or interact with other companies, whatever your directory is really showing. And then what's really popular for this use case is letting people set an avatar and manage that. So I'm going to put, I have this already installed, the basic user avatars plugin. So I'll put that in like the second column there. So from the account page, they can access their profile stuff right away. And then they can manage and modify their profile account for that listing. So you could add that, of course, to this individual page, but giving people that reminder right there that this is kind of community type features. So seeing that you can edit an avatar, seeing this listing thing kind of create that mindset for your users. So those are good. All right. I feel like that's all I want to do for this demo. We want to get to some questions. So we kind of showcased adding a course list of the courses someone can access, kind of customizing the navigation on the account page so people have more jumping off points. We added like a digest of the forums. We added some like favoriting and bookmarking, and then some reminders about it being a directory and those features. So let's kind of get your brain going and thinking about how to craft that account page a little bit. And now I'm cool, ready to open up to some questions if we have any. We can do more demos if it makes sense.
We have lots of questions.
Oh, good. Was everyone going crazy with the questions?
There's actually a lot more comments than like we usually get. So.
Oh, cool.
The most popular question is, how does this work with the, I believe it's pronounced Divi theme?
Yeah, so let's try it. Do I have Divi installed on? I don't think I do. So Divi's going to have its own, page building experience. So we were using the block editor, but I know with Divi, you can use all of our blocks, all of our shortcodes, all of the shortcodes we referenced here. So it would work very similarly. You'd use Divi components to build columns, to set colors on things, but you could still do a lot of what we just showed, just building it within the Divi experience. But all the same shortcodes would work. Divi supports all of them. So I think it would work just fine. You'd have probably a lot more granular control over customizing like colors and fonts and margins than you do with this demo site here.
Perfect.
Yeah, I know. We go fast in these because we're like, oh, I want to go. I try to keep the demos to like 15 to 20 minutes. So sorry for being a Speedy Gonzalez here.
I wonder if I can slow it down when I'm editing it for posting a little bit later.
We can record the good bit.
Okay, so then some other questions I have. Can you edit the shortcode provided by the plugin?
Can you edit the shortcode provided by the plugin? So editing shortcodes, you would just really create your own version of it is kind of the better path. So if the shortcode itself provided by Paid Memberships Pro didn't have the attributes you needed to customize in the way that you needed to, you could look at the source code. This would be developer focused. Look at the source code, take that shortcode and copy it all into your own version of it that shows the information you want. But that's a good segue actually for me to show something which I didn't show. Let me pull it up. So these are like the built-in shortcodes in Paid Memberships Pro that kind of just pull in the information that we think is right. But we do have a shortcode that lets you show fields about the member specifically. So that's like a cool thing I didn't show here, but what is that? That's the member info short code. Let me just Google it.
I believe the person who's asking about this has jumped in and added, as in fonts and colors of it.
Oh, okay. So there's no tooling in Paid Memberships Pro to restyle things like that. It would all just be how your theme. So we can change this theme and see how that works. So let's do this one because I only have one other one here. So you saw it how it looked in MemberLite. This is how it looks in WordPress 2021. So Paid Memberships Pro kind of lightly styles these areas so that your theme appearance can blend through. I think a lot of plugins really heavily style their output on the front end, and that can be a great thing because it could be gorgeous, but it could really conflict with the flow of what your theme already builds in to make things look like. So certainly it's going to inherit your theme's styles. I'm going to put this one back. Okay. So if you know CSS and you can customize things like that, you could certainly do that yourself. Like if you wanted this heading to be bolder, you could do that with CSS. And WordPress, if you're using a theme that isn't a full site editing theme, it comes bundled with WordPress. You go to that customize additional CSS, and then you can put stuff here. Like here's PM Pro account, right? I could say background. Ask ChatGPT to generate your CSS for you. And then I'll do, this is going to be not so cute, but that's how it is. How do you spell radius here? All right, so what did I do? This is not so cute, but it's an example of a CSS only modification that you could do to like style a box, right? Not my best work, but it's an example. So customizing the appearance like that, customizing the fonts, you can all do that with CSS. If you had to actually like totally adjust the appearance of it, you may need PHP. You may need to make your own custom shortcode. So probably not as modular as I think people would like it to be with moving and changing these things, but certainly possible with the right experience and getting a developer to do it for you.
Awesome. And then
I feel like I want to fix this. Don't look.
You don't need to spend the time on that. As far as I'm aware, there are no issues with our plugin in Elementor. That's actually one of the themes that we have on our site that we do sometimes recommend. So I don't think there's any issues there, is there?
Yeah, no, all the same things are possible. You can, because you can't always insert blocks into Elementor. I don't know that they support that, but all of our blocks that you saw here have a shortcode equivalent that you can use in Elementor. And then that require membership block that I showed, where I showed just the forum to specific level of members, you can do that in Elementor on the advanced settings. And you can protect elements and rows. Sections, I think, is another thing. I can pull up the docs about Elementor. So you could insert a row, and then in the protections of that row in Elementor, set the membership levels that can see it. And then everything that you nest within that section in Elementor would only be shown on your account page for those specific users. So it works very similar to that membership required block we showed in our forum piece.
Awesome. And then I believe you touched on it a little bit in your demo, but someone's also asking how responsive are the sidebars on mobile?
Okay, sure. So we can do that. Let me go back to the one we had with, I'll do like this one again with the sidebar here that had the login form here. And then I'm going to, what did I made it? Okay, that, and then I'll move you over here. We'll get rid of this weird stuff. Okay, so this is native. Oh, I still have my fun styling. Okay, this is native WordPress, native block editor. If you're using Chrome or if you're using Safari, there's something called Inspector, which is just going to give you a view of it on mobile. Do you see where my mouse is here? There's like tablets and phones overlaid. So this gives you like a idea of what your site looks like on these different device types. So let's say it's an iPhone 12, right? It's kind of a responsive previewing tool. So for this, WordPress will put the first column on top and make it full width of that screen. So this was my gigantic navigation menu we made, and then it stacks below it this section here. So definitely responsive. These tables aren't beautifully responsive. I think we have a blog post for how to do that. You can make a table get responsive also like that. But the block editor itself does do a pretty good job of having some native support for that. And then I showed you how we said inspect. You can do like a fully responsive that just lets you kind of view it at different size screens. And if you wanted to see like, some people have gigantic monitors now. Like we have to also consider them. It's like someone who has like a 36-inch wide gaming monitor curved, so we always think responsive for mobile devices, which is important. But you can also think of it for like gigantic screens. So it's a cool feature of your browser that lets you do that. And then if you're like, how do I get out of this? You just toggle that button again. So pretty easy.
Perfect. Trying to go through all the questions. There's a lot going on in the comments.
I'm going to try to find a short code. Let me see. You go
One
ahead.
of the questions is there like a list of the short codes? Like,
so for built into paid
short code dictionary for PM Pro.
Yeah. This is your best place. It's our /documentation/short codes. We try to show every short code we have here that's in the core plugin. And then there might be some that are part of your add-ons. And some we showed here are actually part of other plugins entirely. But it does give you that dictionary you're looking for, which kind of brings me to this general short codes, which I want to showcase for a moment if we could, which is this PM Pro member short code. So this short code, if the user's logged into the site, it can let you pull in all kinds of personal profile information. So you could write a blog post and you could be like, hey, Sam, and just pull in that user's name right there, like total deep personalization in your content. How do I use this on the membership account page? We do this in paid. Actually, I shouldn't put my own screen. We do this on Paid Memberships Pro, but if I do, I'm going to give you all my license key, but you can't do that. All right, so let's see. I think I made a reusable block for it. Did I? Let's in my demos, but I just wanted to show this member info banner. I called it. Okay. I want to show there. Okay. So what is this crazy stuff? This is that PM Pro member short code we were talking about that lets you pull in profile fields, avatar, kind of membership information, expiration that you can drop in anywhere. So we do this on the Paid Memberships Pro site. If you added a block like this that had the short code, pull in their avatar, say welcome, and a couple buttons. Let's see what this looks like there. So that short code is pulling in the logged in user's avatar. So that'll change no matter who they are. And then their name, PM Pro team is the name of me. Do I have users switching on? I can show you this page for someone else. Yeah, I do. Okay, so here's the equivalent of that for my fake user, Ryan. Oh, he has the same picture as me. That's strange. Oh, they do. I was like, is there a bug? Okay, let's be this person because we know. Oh, now I'm screwed up because I'm logged into that one. I got to switch out of it. Switch back. Okay. Just trying to show you how that member info pulls in depending on whichever user's logged into the site. So here's a different user, and it's pulling in their photo and their name. So a cool way to personalize the membership account page, and that's just using built into core Paid Memberships Pro features too. So I snuck in a demo, but anyway, the page you want is this at /documentation/short codes. And that does have the information about that member info that we just showed.
Awesome. My next question is off topic, but it's for a viewer who is trying to decide if they want to use Paid Memberships Pro. So we're going to give them the hot minute for it.
Oh, okay. I'm nervous.
I think it's pretty straightforward, and I feel like I know the answer, but we're going to pass it to you. Okay. So they have a community site that has a few different groups, each with their own financial account. Can your software
Okay.
handle multiple financial accounts within a single community website?
I think is this what you were thinking, Sam, that they wanted the sponsored members add-on?
I was thinking that one or the
Okay.
network.
Oh, okay. So quick ad for Paid Memberships Pro. I think what they're talking about is our, how do you spell this? Letting one user account, one bill pay for multiple users. If they're in this talk and they want to speak up and say, that's not at all what I meant. But this is an add-on that lets one person be in charge of paying the bill, and they add seats for child accounts within. I think Jason's going to be doing a whole demo of this in a couple weeks. Is that right, Sam? Or we thought about it for another open office hours.
No, but
Maybe
we
not.
could.
Maybe we could. So it does that same. It has that parent-child relationship that someone's paying and they have X seats. They have 10, they have 100 users that can log in. So that's one way we handle group memberships or corporate memberships. I'm not sure if they just mean also like different payment structures. So different membership levels can have any combination of payments, and you can have a group called professional paying $10 a month and a group called enhanced paying $100 a month. And those billing experiences can happen separately. You can have multiple memberships per user. I touched on that before. So if someone wanted to opt into the dog content and the cat content and have two separate recurring billing systems going for those two different channels of content on your site, that's doable too. Yeah, I hope that one of those things we mentioned, if not, maybe it's something else that I can talk about too. I know Buddy Press has groups, but I don't think that's what we were meaning here.
I don't think Buddy Press was either. The community maybe, but everybody's saying yes to do the sponsored group member webinar.
Okay.
So that one,
yeah.
I will, since I'm planning Q2 as we talk, I will make sure that I add that one in.
Yeah.
Okay, so that question was answered. Okay, back to our topic. Is there a way to edit the inside of the content of the auto-generated block?
You can't edit the inside content. So I need to know what you want to edit to tell you whether it's going to be PHP or translation, or if it's going to be just CSS in a hacky way, or if you're going to, if it's PHP, it's going to be an entire template. So it's challenging. We don't want to recommend that people do this too often, because Paid Memberships Pro is always changing, always adding new features. And from the point in time that you overwrite the appearance in a custom plugin or in a custom theme, let's say you overwrite the appearance of the checkout page or the account output, right? And you make your own version. You'll have to maintain that ongoing and keep it up to date with any new features that get added to the core plugins version. So it's great if you really want to customize it, but you can kind of create like a problem you're kicking down the road. There are lots of hooks to add things, to adjust things, to change the appearance of things. So it's not a question that you can answer like across the board, yes, it can be done this way. It's really case by case how I would approach and how I would recommend doing it. And then looking at your own skills and your own self, what's the best path for you who's managing your own membership site to keep doing it and keep it up to date ongoing. So yes, and there's so many ways. We can talk in specifics more than in general.
Awesome.
It's a bad answer.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
we hit colors and font. Okay. So Eric, you asked how to make a mobile phone a required field at sign up. You can do this with our user fields. It's now in the GUI. Kim, if you want to just pull up that documentation real quick, or even just show real quick how to do that.
Yeah, we can add mobile contact info, right? We can add a field, mobile phone. We make it a text field and make it required. And save all changes. And then I want to see a checkout page. Okay, here's a checkout page. So now I have my mobile contact info is a field at checkout. Now it's required. It's not validated as a phone number. It's just a free text field. So someone could write like, I don't want to You could make it a number field, which isn't probably what you want. But we do have a recipe, I think, to validate a phone number format. Depending on where you're located, if people's phone numbers are international, it gets a little complicated. Or you could just add the field and hope people do their best for that. So that's how you would add a required field at checkout.
Perfect. Okay, so then back to the account page stuff. I'm just trying to go through everybody's questions because there's so many good questions in the comments today.
Good. I'm happy.
Okay,
Thanks
if they're
for coming.
using WooCommerce with Paid Memberships Pro, so they're using WooCommerce to sign up members. Will they edit the PM Pro account page or the Woo profile?
So when you're using WooCommerce for membership checkout for purchasing membership products, you really don't want them to be in the Paid Memberships Pro account area. None of the account thing, the billing information update, the cancel. Well, I think we try to protect cancel from working. So really everything's going to be in your WooCommerce side. I thought we had an article about adding, but really you would just want to edit it in WooCommerce. You would want to make sure people are using the WooCommerce area. I even tell people under the membership settings pages to not generate the pages from Paid Memberships Pro and instead assign your WooCommerce equivalent here. I don't know if we could do that quick. I think it installs them on setup. I might have to go through that lengthy setup wizard they have. Let's see. I don't have it pre-installed. But yeah, on the membership settings pages screen, we assume we generate pages and we put short codes on them and they're all the Paid Memberships Pro things. Don't do that step and instead assign the WooCommerce equivalent. So for example, for the page like membership levels, you could link to your shop page. For the membership account, instead of the PM Pro one, I would link to the My Account page in WooCommerce. I would also add that for the membership billing and the membership cancel. So all of those go there. For the checkout page, you might also want to put that to go to the shop page also, or your WooCommerce cart, something like that. So you don't want people using the Paid Memberships Pro area because it's going to get things out of sync. You're exclusive. Yeah, I'm in this setup wizard now. I don't know if I can even. Here, let's try to skip it. No, I don't want to be in your thing. Okay, let's see. Did it generate the pages? Memberships, settings, pages. Let's see. I think, yeah, so that would be my account in WooCommerce. I would set that also for the billing, also for cancel, for checkout, the shop page, confirmation. They're really never going to get there. We could probably set that to the account page also, invoice page. Let's make this one the shop page. And then for login, I'm going to say use WordPress default. And that can be the My Account page too. So this is going to break everything after. We're going to have to go back and fix it. But now the account, that's still the wrong link. Why is that? I thought I changed it. Oh, that's a hard-coded link I added. Okay. In MemberLite theme, it adds this section automatically for you. So clicking on the username takes them to the page assigned as like the My Account. So that's this WooCommerce page here. Yeah, it's still pages because we didn't actually delete them, but this is the WooCommerce equivalent where people would edit, what our profile page is. That would be this page. You can't use user fields from Paid Memberships Pro on the WooCommerce one. They have their own kind of fields plugins, I think either premium or included. I haven't used it lately. Yeah, but that's what you would do. And then you could, of course, edit that page just like we did and add some short codes for things like your courses or your forums and stuff like that. All right, I'm going to put it back and Sam's going to cook up another question for me.
I'm cooking.
Or else I'm going to have to be like,
why
am I here?
Cook and work earlier today. It did not go well.
Don't do it. Don't do that. Membership.
I tried and it failed.
Confirmation. Invoice. Why did I do this? Okay. Log in.
Okay. Going back to the mobile responsiveness that we talked about, did you happen to pull up a blog post on that? And I did not catch that. Someone's asking for the link for it. And I just don't know which page to send them to.
We do have a mobile. I kind of just showed how WordPress by default is. We do have an article about. Do you mean for making the tables mobile responsive?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought I had an article about that. We could
I
try to
know we
do it.
just recently updated one with Mandy.
Yeah. So that's like
Did
a
that
general
one.
article about the value of making your membership site mobile friendly. We want to show like how would we make that table become mobile responsive, right?
Right.
I think, let's see. All right. Google. We could ask force HTML table into single stacked column using CSS only. All right. Oh, look, it's just one line. Let's try it. All right. Customize. Oh, we need a media query. I have a lot of custom CSS on this site. At media only screen, and I think it's, is that right? Who knows this? Let's try that and we'll be wrong. All right. PM Pro account. All right. I'm probably wrong, but we'll try it. If I get that published, then we can publish it on this site. Let's see what we did. Oh, I'm still at a 200 million wide. Let's go to iPhone. Okay. No, that did not work at all. Okay. We'll try again. I thought that was right. No. Can anyone see my tiny thing here? Okay. Max width, 767. Oh no, I keep losing it. Here it is. Okay. Why didn't that work? Oh, it's trying. It's getting the TD, but not the title. Okay. Yeah, that's going to be like a thing you just have to work on doing. It's hard. I understand like the pressure to have like no tables in things. But at least that does show. I think I would, if I was really styling this, I would hide the header of the row and then I would keep the other row, or I would just custom craft it. Kind of like that. There is CSS I've seen before that takes like the header and adds it, strings it in with the name, but it's doable. It's just a little bit of finicky CSS to get it collapsed the way you want it to. I'm sure in a future version of Paid Memberships Pro will eliminate those tables and then rebuild tables using not tables, because that's what we have to do now for mobile screens. But yeah, that article about mobile sites talks about how to think about mobile based on your audience. So if you're using an analytics tool, hopefully it gives you reporting on how many people are coming to your site from a mobile version, how many people are managing their membership from their phones for your product. So it's going to, those analytics will give you some insight into how heavily you should devote your time to crafting like the account page, for example, as a mobile experience. Yeah, check that article out.
Awesome. So real quick, just a funny little jab at you wrote.
Oh,
Sensible
good.
Senko thought that you were going to give up coding live.
Oh, I wasn't
And
I?
here you are trying again.
Yeah. We had one a few weeks ago about WooCommerce where we were trying. We did get that tutorial out. I hope that if it was this person, that it helps them.
It was, and they
It was
saw
one
it,
of those like I couldn't sleep at night. It's everything I can do not to like change the appearance of this weird border shadow box right now, but Sam said not to. So yeah. No, I'll always code live for you guys. I don't mind. I have no shame.
Even if it is a hot mess.
Even if it's a hot mess. We'll always fix it.
We also have a few people asking about like virtual assistants to help set up Paid Memberships Pro, and even manage their member-only content. I know for a fact that I will say that we do have a section on our site. I'll post a link for developers that we do recommend to build PM Pro out for you guys. So you could definitely hire one of those. As far as like maintaining and ongoing, that would probably be something you talk to them about. But
Yeah. We're actually looking to hire someone like this for our own team. So it's interesting, the idea of it. I can show an add-on that would make this a little safer, which is the membership manager. So if you are doing this, just know, like, do you want to give them admin to your membership site? Maybe, maybe not. This add-on will give them limited access to manage the membership features without being completely an administrator of the WordPress site. So if you're having them manage members only content, they're going to need at least like the editor role in the WordPress site. This is an additional role that gives them access to the sections of Paid Memberships Pro, but they can't like install new WordPress plugins or, edit things like that. And you can edit the capabilities of this role. Like if you don't want them to be able to edit settings, for example, like change your payment gateway API to their own personal Stripe account, for example. So I don't have a great recommendation for where to find someone like that, but I do think smart about what access you give someone, especially initially. And then make sure you have a backup process so that you're protected. But that's a cool add-on that's going to let you give them kind of granular access to the membership area without WordPress site total administrator access.
awesome.
Yeah. I don't know. Upwork, Fiverr. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the hard part. But I mean, yes, there are virtual assistants.
Yeah.
And for a little bit, I didn't really do anything of the membership content. But before I came full time, I did help you out with like the SEO stuff on your site before
That's true.
you hired me completely. So
yeah. Go to
I am
WordPress
not a
meetups
virtual
in your
assistant.
area. Yeah. Go to a WordCamp, go to a meetup, and try to find people who are looking to get more experience using WordPress sites. And then maybe it's not a super expensive hire, someone you can hire a contract for 10 or 15 hours a week. But if you start within the community, at least know that they have some WordPress passion.
Yes. All right. And then we have another user who's looking at moving to PM Pro.
Okay. Come on over. It's fun.
So right now they use apricot.
Wild apricot. Okay.
It's a fruit, no. So they're not within WordPress, but they can generate a CSV, and they're wondering if they can do a mass import of the current users from the current membership site to
Yes.
PM Pro. And
you can.
I was pretty sure the answer was yes.
Yeah. Are you migrating payment information? Are you maintaining active subscriptions with Wild Apricot? What gateway were you using? Those are two things to look into, because when you make this switch, it's a big deal if you can't migrate active payments. Some sites import members, and then even if they can't import the payments, they keep them active in whatever old system it was. Like, for example, Square. We don't integrate with Square currently. So if you were using Square, I don't know if Wild Apricot even offers Square, but if you were using a gateway we don't support, you have to make that hard decision. Am I going to terminate and hope the lion's share of people come over and buy new with me on my new site, or keep it going and it's disconnected? And then you kind of have that admin management. Depends how many people you're talking about. If it's 5,000 people or 500, what's more manageable. If you are migrating with subscriptions from a gateway that we do support, they can be imported. It's very tedious. You have to be very careful when you're doing it, but it's possible. We've helped sites kind of general overview and get them in touch with developers that know the import process really well. But Paid Memberships Pro does have import. Why can't I just searched and that's not here. Okay. We have an import extension that integrates with a WordPress plugin called Import Users. I think I deleted it. What a smart thing I did. Okay. We'll go back and pull it up. You create like a structured. Go ahead.
I was just saying, while you find the import, Sensible Senko wants to know if they can hire me.
Oh, no. Can't. Can't be done. Sam's my best friend here. No. Yeah. Yeah. We need more Sams in the world, people. Find a Sam, nurture them. You're going to be so happy. But this is that add-on. It takes a structured CSV file. There's a template for building that in this guide, so you can access that template I thought it was here. Okay. Oh, that's going to download it. It's like a CSV file you can upload. I like to use Google Drive for manipulating the CSV. It's just easy and it's kind of portable. Other people on your team can participate in the fun of creating it. And then if you're migrating a large member list, we always recommend doing a subset to start in the new membership site. So import 5 people, import 10 people. Just do a few at a time to make sure the data is pulling in correctly, because you don't really want to be re-importing the full member list over and over again. But yeah, this does integrate with a plugin that will create user accounts. So they don't, if it's a brand new WordPress site, they don't have user accounts yet. You can set like a temporary password that everyone shares, or you could set a temporary mystery password and then just create some content that sends out to all of your members. Hey, we moved platforms. Here's a link. You have to reset your password, and that'll take them through the Paid Merchants Pro /WordPress password reset process. And they'll set that up themselves. So a lot of people say, can I import passwords? And we never recommend doing that. We rather say like everyone's password is update this right away, or just make them restart it and don't even give them that default for their site. Some people will keep it the default.
Cool. So hopefully that helps. I believe it was Leslie that asked about moving everything. Yeah, Leslie. So hopefully, Leslie, that helps you decide.
I think it's hard. Like a tool like Wild Apricot's like a hosted tool. It's probably carrying heavier fees. Paid Merchants Pro is open source software. It doesn't have fees outside of what your gateway is charging you. If you're using Stripe, we have like a platform fee that does get charged, but paid members don't pay that. You do have to manage your own WordPress sites. There's a lot of like give and take with leaving a hosted environment, but I think we're just seeing so many of these hosted environments raise their fees out of nowhere and kind of change the game for people. So it's hard to feel confident building on someone else's land and not knowing what's coming next. I think a lot of people like on Gumroad were shocked when their fees got raised early this year, kind of like without warning, to a degree. But that's kind of the choice of that platform. That's Wild Apricot's choice if they chose to do that too. So it's interesting. I keep my eyes on it.
We love WordPress.
Yeah, we do.
So we're pretty much at the end. I think I got to everybody's question in the chat. There were so many. So if I did miss you guys, just reach out to us via our contact. And we will definitely answer your questions for you there. So we're doing these every other week on Thursdays. Our next one is going to be February 23rd at 2 p.m. And we will actually be back with Jason going over subscription delays and expiration dates.
Oh, that's subscription delays. That's why I thought it was sponsored members, but it was another plugin that starts with an S.
Another plugin, yes.
I'll just shout out
two plugins. He's going over.
Yeah, true.
He's going over subscription delays add-on and then the set expiration date add-on.
Good luck, Jason. Those are tricky ones now, but they're really important because they allow people to customize when renewals happen. So if you want some people really want those calendar year memberships, or they want everyone's payment to process on, every quarter, the 15th of the month quarterly. It's for some membership sites, that's like a no-go rule that has to be enforced. So that's cool. I'm going to throw this link. I'll try to throw it in chat. This is an older blog post that kind of talks high level about what we went through here. It needs to be rewritten because it's not using like block editor, for example. So the code examples in here are all shortcode driven. I can give you better examples now. It's on my list to rewrite, but it does talk about how to think about this. And then it shows for a few use cases what content you could consider including on your account page. So that's like I totally should have mentioned that.
Can you send over that link or drop it in the chat?
I think I put it in the chat. Does that work? Yeah, sometimes YouTube strips our comments. So yeah.
It is in there now. Perfect. All right. I hope that the two people that we did talk to about changing over to PM Pro feel that they are ready to do that, because that would be awesome. Yeah. And one of them's from Florida, so born and raised here. That's fun.
It's a good state. If it made Sam, it's my favorite state.
It's a crazy state, but it's a good state.
Yeah, right.
All right. So that is pretty much it. We will see everybody in 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Awesome. Have good days and good weekends, everyone. Bye.